Good evening. Welcome to the stream. My name is Watcher Wabbit. Tonight, I have decided I'm going to play Consortium again because yeah. So last time it was a bit of a normal direction to go to, but I'm going to attempt to go in another direction, maybe possibly an opposite direction with how the story is told. I have never done this before when it came to it, and I knew that was always an option in the game when I first played it, but I just never got around to it. And so we're going to see how much fun we can get out of this. We're gonna see how much of a good job they did out of this. I know it's janky, and I know it's like super fucking buggy and weird, and I know it's like it's a little bit campy and it's a little bit full of itself, but like we're gonna go a different direction with it. And to be honest, there is a kind of charm to it. And so, for me, at least, I don't know. Maybe not everybody agrees with me on this, but yeah. And so that is what I'm going to be doing tonight on the stream, and hopefully, everything will come out well or not so well. This is definitely not going to be our typical, common sense, or at least, geez, I'm so used to not doing this. I'm actually kind of scared of what's going to happen. This is going to be so against, I'm going to try to go as much against my own common sense decision making as possible. And let's see where this goes. I don't know. But the original stream, what I originally did, if you want to watch that, that's already on YouTube. It's already live. Probably gonna make some clips out of that too. I already have some ideas on what I'm gonna make. So yeah, sit back and enjoy it. As everything kind of goes downward from this point on. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. All right, let me load this up. A lot of stuff is already configured.
Food and energy are issues of the past, and human beings have established orbital and lunar colonies. We here at IDGI have invented a satellite capable of transporting you to this not-so-distant future, and the rest is up to you.
Great. Sounds great. So again, I'm going to spend some time adjusting this because you guys might see it a certain way, but I don't see it a certain way. And I just want us to have the same perspective. All right. Okay, I think we're in a good place. Yes, we are. Hold on, let me check if I'm gonna have to fix it again after this, but yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I'm not talking into the void. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's do this. Highly skilled first-person shooter? No. Yeah. Following appetites. Combat is about patience, careful. Be afraid or too proud to fall back. Yeah, sure. It can be interpreted in many different ways. Loading avatars. Come on. You know, this game is really old, yet it still takes a while to load, which is very interesting to me. Q-stream, re-establishing neural nexus. Sure. Utility tries to give follow ship, learn their location, and fall back to them when needed. Yeah, I found out all about that last time I played. December 21st, 2044. The Canadian Media Fund. The Canada Media Fund? And IDGI. Present. See, this is what I couldn't, an interdimensional experience. This is what I couldn't see before. The stuff at the top. Because I had like have a camera cover on the thing that I use to play my laptop. It's detected in K1 coupling data stream. What's a K1? Consortium. That's always going to be creepy.
All officers to mission operations, followed by 20 centimeters of snow. Here at home, we're facing one hell of a storm front. Early this morning at the port of Felixstowe, 21 workers were found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures and emergency
It's Rook
personnel
25.
on site
Will you
reported
open the
finding
door?
no survivors aboard. 21
Well, I'm coming in anyway.
dead.
You better be dressed.
Nothing further, including cause of death
Nike.
and origin of the vessel,
Lights.
had been released by authorities.
Much better. Not so
And that's
sorry
the
to wait
latest
you,
from here
Bishop.
in London.
We thought
I'm
you should
Malcolm
know
Thomas.
about our little escort. Well, we are somewhere over Bulgaria. You are in the same place you were before you, fell asleep. Any more odd questions, or can we get to work? We just met 2 hours ago. This isn't very funny, new guy. But you know, let's see where this goes. My name is Alana Boyle, codename Rook 25. I am your weapons and combat specialist. Do you know what your name is?
Say
Are you
nothing.
done screwing around then? Good. So let's get you suited up and ready to kick some homeless arse. Here are your basic Consortium tools. You got your PCU, BUS and assault helmet, all specifically tailored to fit you nice and snug. I'm not surprised you've never used this equipment before. The bloody BUS alone is so expensive. We're one of the only agencies in the world who use it. Think SSK, only with built-in hardpoint sockets.
Wait, what?
Huh? What part don't you understand?
Hard points, PCR, BC.
Are you pulling my chain? Well, I know the Canadian military still uses SSK, so I don't know what you're playing at on that one. You better not act like this with a K, or she'll tear you a new one. Well, that's what your file says. You sure are a strange one. You know what? You're acting a little lopsided. Maybe you should go and see Rook 13 in the med bay. I'll tell him you may be coming. It's your choice whether or not to go, of course, but I think it's better to be safe, right? We don't want a banged up bishop on our hands.
I go over there anyways, last time. That's kind of weird.
Now, Pawn 7 and I have some CCU maintenance to take care of in the lower crawl. Feel free to wander the ship and meet your new crew, or maybe hit up the virtual trainer and complete your bishop training scenario. The VT is at the end of the hall, next to the elevator.
Gotcha.
Oh, and don't forget to go and get your CMC from the K. You can find her in mission operations, at the end of the hall, to your right.
Gotcha.
Good afternoon, sleepyhead. Yes, Bishop? What can I do for you? Oh, I was just checking on something for Rook 9. He's a little concerned because we can't seem to track Angelov's location of transmit. Usually Zenlil can pinpoint where he's contacting us from, but not today.
What?
Don't you know not to ask a lady that? I'm not much older than you are, I'm sure. I entered Harvard University at the age of 14. Pawn 24 went to Stanford and Pawn 51 to ANU when they were 15. Pawn 12 had his bar mitzvah while attending Cambridge. Need I go on? Most of us weren't trained for this, Bishop. We were born for it. Anyway, if you don't mind, I have to go check in with Rook 9 now. Hey, and try to avoid Pawn 1 if you want to keep from screaming at someone on your first day.
Pawn 1? Sure. That much I remember. Give me stuffies. Yeah, don't need it. Deck 1. Pawn 11 is in the brig?
Mon Dieu! Bishop, you startled me. I was only doing some maintenance? I don't know. Something that's been stuck in my head for a few days now. I must have heard it somewhere. Oh, you noticed that, did you? Fine. We only have one official washroom to use, Bishop. One. And the lights in the washroom are currently broken, plus we often have up to 20 officers aboard at the same time. I am one of the smart ones coming down here. Yes, with all of the ship's bells and whistles, Shelter and the King forgot about the most basic human need. It's as if they envisioned we'd be like the Swedes and have waste removal units in our uniforms.
Oh, wow.
Tell that to them. All a part of their particular blend of military cutback programs. You've heard their motto. More specialized soldiers with high-tech gear means less soldiers overall. So more specialized means being themselves?
Basically.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Bishop. Try and have yourself a good first day.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That is not happening. Let's open all the lockers, all of them.
Bishop 6, welcome to the medical bay.
This place is disastrous. I do apologize.
Oh, come on, Kieran. Greet our new bishop.
Bishop? It's nice to see you again. Yes. It is a 32-inch Toshiba from 1995. One of the many televisions I've managed to acquire over the years. The best in my collection is a 3-inch General Electric Octagon from 1928.
Notice he is actually proud of that fact?
Fascinating. And how did you initiate transport? Some sort of device or vehicle? Maybe a phone booth?
Kieran, you realize he's only kidding around, right?
Excellent. This rift to another dimension is thus created by your satellite, or does the satellite merely utilize something already present in space?
Oh, can we please change the subject now?
IDGI. I recognize that. Good choice. And it is interesting that there are 21 of these packets. I wonder why that is.
Interdimensional games? You really remember them, Kieran? It was before my time, but they had that game, Anti-War. My father used to talk about it all the time. It was one of his favorites.
So the connection is made on this end, through the king of the Consortium. I did not expect this turn of events. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
It's not fascinating, it's ridiculous. You're both ridiculous and crazy.
Now, Bishop, Alana was telling me you were acting strange earlier. Said you seemed a little mixed up.
Piss off, everybody. Piss off, everybody. Fuck yeah. Let them. They don't do anything about it anyways. They're terrible fucking talkers.
Don't be such a wuss. How is that even possible?
I'm a bishop, I'm not a wuss. I'm gonna take all the shots.
Bishop, you have more simultaneous synapses firing than should be possible. It's as if there are two of you, housed within the same brain.
No, it can't be. You weren't telling the... No.
It would seem to fit, would it not? If he is from another dimension, inhabiting this body, then his brain scan theoretically makes sense.
Big brain time.
This must be some kind of prank.
Whatever this is, I'd certainly like to run some more scans from my base in DC. Maybe after your induction ceremony. Now, we've got a lot more cleaning to do around here.
Oh, you mean you do? I will return to my command VR, if there's nothing else you need, Bishop. Yes, it is a fantastic VR game. Puts you right into the head of many famous military commanders.
It's a distasteful and disrespectful game, especially in these times. It is also only played by a small number of people.
That's fucked up.
Exactly. Why? People need to wake up and realize that the resource wars are over.
You're generalizing again, 24. And Bishop, I simply believe that most people have seen enough death and destruction for a lifetime or more. They do not need to be reminded of it with advertisements for murder simulators all over the newswire and VR servers.
Absolutely.
It was really nice meeting you.
More death. I have no idea what to say. This is poppycock. People need more death. I'm pro-death. Running info console integration program. The Consortium employs some of the most skilled soldiers the world has ever seen. They called Bishop. Either outnumbered by stack odds, a bishop can turn the table through force and diplomatic means. Let's not forget their gear. Some of the incredible behold now on Moneymaker. It's famous. I should probably read these. These are probably important to the plot, but I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe when I get really deep into it. Maybe she's, maybe that girl was sending interdimensional communications through this toilet. The toilet acts as a magnifying device so that, they can send clear, messages through, subspace frequencies.
Do you really want to get into this now? She could come back from the crawl at any second.
Do I look like I... Let her here. I do not deserve this kind of treatment, and it's time she understands this.
What kind of treatment? You've only been here a month and you're already complaining.
She does not need to treat us like ants to be stomped on.
Can we just get back to work, please?
Fine. But I will not let her push me around anymore.
Yes, whatever you say.
As she pushes you around. Or maybe let her push you around. Maybe you'll like it.
My sister's going as well. She's never been to the theater before.
Being a hologram in the seats, it doesn't really count as going to the theater, does it?
At least it gives her some culture for a change. Something better than the hours she spends in that VR world she calls a life.
VR is culture.
That VR world makes her happy, no?
I don't know. I just don't see the appeal of living your life like that. It's not really living.
Tell her that to the millions of wireheads out there.
That emboldens my desire to get a VR headset. Oh my god. It's giving me a boner right now. No, I'm kidding. That's just stupid.
Welcome to Mission Operations. First things first, here is your Consortium mind communicator. Please, just call it a CMC. Hearing Consortium mind communicator over and over.
I'm never gonna say that again. That was stupid.
Consortium officers only need to think what they'd like to say to each other, and the CMC will do the rest.
Oh god.
Loud and clear. It'll take some time for you to get used to the feeling, but you'll get it.
Okay.
Well, yes, actually. After a short while, though, it becomes like second nature. I promise.
Just don't tell me to kill anything.
Only a month ago, we came across Kirill and his men, exactly as now. Angelov and Bishop H, your predecessor, got into a fairly violent spitting match. Against my orders, 8 took control of manual weapons and shot down 2 of Angelov's men. A week later, he retired.
And this is the first time we've seen Angelov since.
Revenge? It would take another 200 of those F-35s to even scratch us. They're a level 2 threat, which means the king is well aware of what Angelov is capable of.
Oh, I see.
If you know that much, then you also know the king is looking into it.
It's really nothing to worry about.
You've played enough of what?
Me too. Me too. I think 6 means to say that not locking Angelov's position, no matter how impossible it seems to was, could be his doing. This could be some game Angelov is playing with us. We should all be prepared for anything.
There's no way, Bishop. He's really not that bright or connected.
Okay, 6. Before you move on to something else, I wanted you to officially meet Rook 9, Captain of Zenlil.
G'day, B. Glad to have you here with us. And the name is actually Wade. Just stick to Wade. Lay off the Rook 9 nonsense, eh? Yeah, I have those days too. Don't worry though, mate. Kirill blusters a lot, but he's pretty much harmless. Right, yeah. Wait, what did you say?
This world.
Well, great. It's, nice talking to you.
She's giving me a side eye.
Give me just a few minutes to finish up this
She's giving me a
diagnostic.
side eye.
I'd like to go look at you in person.
For now, I want you to walk around a little and meet your new crew. Most of them are eager to meet you.
You're just like, what the fuck is going on with this man's fucking head?
I'm a little busy right now. Ugh, nothing, never mind. I've just got a headache and I don't feel like talking right now.
Bitch.
He's still just a little sore over Bishop 8 leaving us.
You better get over it.
Like a big baby.
It's not funny, sir. You deserve better, much better. You can't talk to me like that.
Yes, I can.
I'm the senior ranking pawn on this ship. I only take orders from Knight 15 and Rook 9. No exceptions.
You mean, is he always such a stick in the mud? Yes, he certainly is.
Huh. Joke all you want. It doesn't change the fact he's probably gonna get us all killed. Bishop?
I'm sorry about him. Don't let it bother you. He's been rather attached to Bishop 8 since 8 saved his life the 4th or 5th time.
He told me to avoid him.
I don't think so, 6. Not on my ship. I encourage everyone under me to always speak their mind on all matters, good or bad.
Okay. Gotcha. You said members of the crew, right? Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter who it is.
Hey, buon pomeriggio, Bishop. Welcome to Global Ops.
Yo.
As the title suggests, we monitor global operations. Everything that happens inside our grid comes through this room.
It's our job to sort through it all and ensure that treaties and alliances are held up. The king does most of the work, but we like to think we help. Brick brother? What do you mean?
1984? No. No. Hey, you're making me feel so old sometimes. And the bishop? Yes, I guess we are a little like a bigger brother. But in a good way. We're always out there, and we're always watching.
Each of the 5 Consortium C-3800 vessels have their own list of supporting entities to monitor, and in most cases, police. So all that landmass or orbital territory is what we call our grid. That's news to you, is it? Okay, then yeah, we can enter space.
And we also monitor several of the more multinational space stations, Zeus being the biggest. We've even been to the moon colony a few times.
Oh shit. So this is like a spaceship.
Oh, here we go.
Damn, this is pretty... I want to say serious, but I'm going to go with odd. The thing on London docks in Felixstowe, not a ship that showed up with a bunch of corpses. The London police weren't releasing many details to the public, but now they're spilling everything to us in a TS packet.
And it's a lot to go through.
1 second. Yes, it's because... What the hell?
The 21 people were shot to death with AK-47 rifles? That's not enough. The bullet casings found all date back to... You're not gonna believe this. 2013. This doesn't make any sense. That's long obsolete weaponry firing bullets from before the war.
I'm sorry, Bishop, but the king has made this a priority, and we need to concentrate.
Sure. Top secret for no point of plugins. Oh shit, this is top secret information. Case was reviewed at the crime scene. Unofficial. Whoa. A ship auto-docked at Fontston. No communication of any kind from the ship's communication with workers was then lost about a half an hour ago. Emergency personnel were sent to the police followed some time later. By the time they arrived, however, all the dock workers and security had been shot to death. The location was deserted. Huh. That's interesting. Someone's in the crawl. I remember them mentioning that. Fatalism. Wow, regulator. The words fatalism just flashed in the
That is the holographic situation room. It's where you can watch dirty holovids when you're bored and feeling lonely.
Whoa, whoa, I am listening to this, you know.
Oh, hey, boss. I was just telling the bishop about the dirty holovids.
Nice.
All jokes aside, the Hollow Situation Room is actually for mission briefings and debriefings, usually led by the king or the queen.
I was getting to that part, I swear I was.
Sure you were. No, the dirty bots were actually more important. I don't understand what the problem is. They were more important. Oh shit, the door is open. The door is never open. Where does it lead? Hello. Wait, I can just enter through here. I think this is closed when shit hits the fan, though, right? It's right before he boards the ship, right? The elevator stops working. Man, I thought this would be... Let's see. So no matter what, I have to complete the scenario?
Hey, hi. How are you? Oh my gosh. You're Bishop 6. Oh, it's amazing to meet you. Did you know that the old Bishop 6 left the Consortium early 2040? Yep, he just up and left. He's a stay-at-home dad now. Go figure. He lives in Florida with his wife and his 2 kids. Beautiful family. Beautiful, beautiful family. Love them.
Gotcha.
Yep, feeling good. Feeling great, in fact. I'm really happy to have met you before your first mission. You're bound to be a popular one with your less than stellar record and everything.
Less than stellar.
Like one does. No, I just, I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right, V. I've unlocked my sanctum, cockpit. Come by and say hi.
No, I didn't mean anything by it. I just have this tendency to say the stupidest things. You're just sort of an underdog is all, and that makes you popular with me, us. I mean us, the public. By us, I meant the public, your fans.
Oh, I see.
I'm just really excited to meet you. I have so many Bishop collectibles and games at home. My mom thinks I need a shrink, but she also says I'm too quiet and awkward. Both of which are true, I guess. You're right, sir. You're totally right. Bishop 8 never even talked to me. He just he looked at me funny and called me a name I will not repeat.
The king is
this
probably
is sort of
just
new
running
for me.
his own checks.
Thanks.
You want my professional opinion, though? Those systems are fine.
Then Angelov is protecting
Me?
himself somehow.
Well,
I've
I'm
never
glad
seen
you asked.
anyone able to hide.
Myself and Pawn 19, we actually monitor the environmental concerns within the grid. We keep an eye on the power plants, the industrial zones, polar levels, the ozone levels, impact from climate change, ocean levels and acidification, nano pollution, deforestation. The list just goes on.
Karma will come around and bite you in the rear.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, well,
anyway,
sort of.
I'll leave you alone now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
But it's all
yeah,
in the
I thought
intention,
you'd
though,
never
right?
let me work
And
today.
since we have good intentions, well, that makes it A-okay in my book. Well, then the king sends us right in. Well, in a lot of cases, actually, environmental problems are resolved easily enough by night 15. She's incredibly good at convincing people to lay down without a fight. And if a show of force is required, well, then that's your territory.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, are you sure? Well, how about some coffee? I used to get Bishop 8 his coffee right after missions. Oh, and you were just sleeping, right? Oh, I'm gonna go back to work now then. Maybe we could go get a drink sometime together. My sister, she'd love an autograph from you.
I think he's played too many Consortium video games.
Yeah. Okay, Mum. Look, we need to say goodbye now. No. Don't tell me to shut the mouth. It's not nice. No, Mum, you need to rest. Yes, rest is good. We'll talk later tonight, or when you're feeling better. Yeah. Goodbye, Mum. Sorry about that, V. Welcome to the nerve center of everything, Zenliel. You see all those buttons and switches all over the place?
Yeah.
I actually know what they do, every one of them. How's that for impressive?
It's pretty impressive.
Well, you know, life's just too bloody short to be an uptight bastard all the time. Have fun with it, lest it drown you in shite. That's my mum's philosophy. Come on, she had to suffer through the 1980s. Can you really blame her? It sure was. Second greatest love of my life. She's had Alzheimer's for a few years now. I'll try and call her when I can. Visit whenever I'm back in Perth.
That's something to do harder than his mother.
Hey now, don't you go getting any ideas.
She has Alzheimer's for crying out loud.
And this shit.
Not gonna make any dumbass Alzheimer's jokes, that's for sure.
You'll be eating those words after enough years working for this outfit. Work is now officially your life. You may as well pick something to be your new girlfriend. Maybe your PCU? You could call her Linda.
That's a nice burn.
Ah, good. That's my mum's name, and she likes the young ones.
Oh, come on. That's just creepy.
Sorry, you. It's this bloody Aussie tug of mine. Always wagging away without asking my brain for permission. How the hell should I know? I didn't look at your file that closely, mate. I trust the King's judgment. I must say, though, you don't look a day over 20. Out with it, then. How old are you? Okay, Sheila. Not a problem. So, B, is there anything else you need? I've got something here I need to concentrate on. I appreciate the offer, but no, don't sweat it. The King and I have got everything under control. We'll find the bastard. And hey, welcome to the Consortium. Oh, now that's odd. Something just tripped security sensors on Bishop 8's old bus locker. The keypad was accessed. Yeah. Hey, why not? Saves me the trip. I wouldn't be surprised to find it's just another glitch. Zenliel's been acting mighty strange today. Although, the bus locker itself is separate from the ship's primary systems right now. It's bloody well disconnected. Well, if you're up for it, I'd appreciate the help. The cabin's right across from yours. You can't miss it. Go take a look, and I'll keep an eye out through your CMC.
Hell, Raid, lock down that cabin immediately.
Way ahead of you, boss.
Is that Pawn 7? But I was just with him 2 minutes ago. What happened?
Rook 13, will you please quietly get up there? And don't tell Pawn 24 anything. We need to contain this before the whole ship finds out.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Did I meet Pawn 7 before he met his untimely demise?
At least until Rook 13 can take a look. Have some bloody respect. And I pray it was only an accident.
Okay, Wade. Let me in. My gods. I just let him go on his lunch break. He was complaining about having skipped breakfast. I was only trying to be nice for once.
Alana, you have nothing to blame yourself for. If there is someone to blame for this, then I trust he or she will come forward on their own.
Wade, I am here.
I just can't believe he's dead. Been such a bitch to him lately.
You are more often than not a bitch to everyone, not only Pawn 7.
Nice. How blunt.
It's okay, Bishop. Kieran is only saying what he thinks is the right thing to say. He's only trying to make me feel better.
It looks as though someone threw his head against the locker panel, with enough force to nearly cave in his skull. This was absolutely no accident.
Thank you, Kieran. You are not going to like this, but I want you all to exit the room immediately. Nobody gets in or out, not until we reach Ireland.
Are you kidding me? At least let us move him to the med containment unit. Here, Kieran, help me put him on the bed.
Last time I was like, this is a crime scene.
My book.
What was that, Kieran? Your book? Mind explaining what your book was doing under the dead body of one of my pawns?
I cannot explain that to you because I do not know. I noticed it was missing from the med bay this morning.
The Church of the
Simply
Guardians.
assumed someone had borrowed it. I was apparently correct. Some call it the Guardian Church Bible, but I do not know why. It is mostly just a collection of inspirational stories about church members. A best of from headway meetings around the world. At least half, maybe even 3/4 of us. It is not uncommon for Consortium officers to be Guardian Church members.
And I don't see why that matters, Six. We have a dead body on our hands. We can deal with the book later. Now, Alana, I hear your concern, but we can't risk someone seeing you move his body to the med bay. I'm sorry, but forget about the containment unit for now. All of you, listen to me very carefully. This stays between us. I swear that we'll get to the truth when we land in Ireland and we can question everyone individually.
I really don't think waiting is a good idea. Someone on board this plane just killed one of my people and I want to know who. If only so I can personally string him up and throw him in the brig. You mean kill them? Are you insane? Capital punishment isn't exactly the Consortium way.
We need to do it.
Six was undoubtedly only joking. Extremely inappropriately, I might add.
I don't
now,
care.
If you don't mind,
Just
get
do
your
it.
asses out of that room.
Yes,
Someone needs to be punished. I am like Superman. I swear to fucking God. I can't be the bad guy.
It can't be real.
I'm going back in the tunnel.
Fucking Clark Kent over here trying to be bad.
Hey guys, I think I've got something here. I've been keeping a line open on our 2 fighter escorts outside, hoping they'd break the silence and speak to Angelov. Well, one of them just did. And, well, you gotta hear this for yourselves. Tell me if you want me to patch the recording through your CMC. No problem.
I already know what they said. Better. Huh? The CMC. They're talking about CMC here. Consortium Mind Communicator. The first ever prototype rotated manuscript against the audience thousands. The prototype devoted by city weapons and was originally intended to steal thoughts of anybody wearing one, making it the perfect interrogation tool. Nice. Then vowed to the world this incredible one technology never used for original intended purpose or any purpose would prove detrimental to anyone. With the formation of the Consortium only a year prior to the first Consortium Mind Communicator, which officially availed to the world after 2 years of top secret development by Worldview Industry, the Consortium suddenly had a tool which allowed its officers to speak its mind without actually saying a word. Version, but why would you? What problem are you solving? This is Bitcoin all over. Just talk. Implemented it became a significant size with that. I prefer the communicators they use in Star Trek. Just open your mouth. working in tandem with standard issue Consortium medical adhesive visual implant, allowing a CMC to transmit near perfect human speech from one wire to another. Wait, he said he had cameras creating artificial generation of emotional, such as crying and laughter. As with V version 2, it's given such substantial breaking wave capability, increasing its range to nearly 4,000. What? Also with version 2.0 came a substantial in range capability, increasing its range to nearly 4,000 kilometers, the distance of the moon. Why do you need that? Plans for the V and its use was released by Dr. David Shelter and his team. He described it as a temporary microcomputer that planted the implant in every officer, one that constantly monitors their well-being, projects a custom HUD, and seamlessly interfaces with other equipment such as the Consortium mind communicator, the weapon MU. The release did not include any understandings of how the device was made, who helped make it, and even how it physically works. So besides security is another reason for this. Not want any further enemies to have an understanding of what he calls the data processor or nerve center of all functioning Consortium officers. No information is released. So wait. Security, not wanting any future had that understanding. Controversially, a little-known journalist turned an infamous anti-Consortium figurehead made a blog post. Malcolm Thomas wrote a post regarding him and how he believed to be a mind control device, allowing the Consortium king physically control over its operatives. So, meaning, the post caused fire with the public and then unsurprisingly ignored both Consortium and Global Senate. Consortium Energy Assault Rifle, what is now being dubbed as the CER, his grandfather, the Char Sonic Rifle rifles into the generation in recently fired retention from shots close like Dr. Seltzer. An updated variant of the Shard Sonic Rifles presented to Consortium King and Queen. Most notable additions were the remote fusion compulsonator and the MDY's ID grip and firing system. Compulsonator allows for the Consortium to remotely power the weapon using energy stored in the PCU and the environment, making it possible for anyone wearing a Consortium issue MUVI visual to fire the weapon. This version of the fire quickly became the standard weapon, a fully non-lethal Bishop arsenal. Right, with growing global support for the Consortium and with the ever-increasing list of dangerous enemies, the King felt it's time to upgrade the Sonic Rifle with a more lethal firing mode. The decision came to light when following the shocking murder of Bishop 2 during the Hong Kong Commerce Center massacre. After several months of working together, killed in charge, and the Consortium kids released plan for the new system, Consortium Energy Assault Rifle. This new rifle, far more powerful sonic pulse and brand new secondary fire component, proton and energy bolts, using the experimental, kinetic assault rifle. Frontier crime. Orbit requires a modern police force with the most modern weaponry. The death of Bishop 2 at the hands. I'm reading. Stop it. Especially used when the utility energies at a premium or expelled, almost collected. It was adopted to Consortium combat the personal energy shield. Improved by a long view dragons. After a year successful Char went to the final make it by choice. Some more stability art, grenade launcher, ultimate multi-purpose weapon for Consortium Bishop use. This is Pawn 7. Matthew Muslim was born at the February 7, 2022, making him one of the youngest people to join the Consortium, played at an age 19. Many people in the scientific would know his father, Dr. Alexei Westerman, who successfully invented the first matter-to-energy converter, something that went to become the modern-day containment unit for all variants. Actually, Matthew Pawn 7. Matthew and his father's son, being a single-child mother, he also met for next. When the kids who really need to study for school test exam, ace every single one. He called it a photo drive, but the truth is he was considered childless at the age. His father had him. Wait, wasn't Pawn 7 the one who was killed? His father was working college levels and after officially graduating before his 19, he was touted as an integral part of the hotly debated and once not possible organic containment unit. Matthew, especially with the containment unit, is a simple answer as to why he was recruited into Consortium. He hopes to improve upon the fields while soaking up as much as he every nook and cranny in the ship. He's extremely positive nature and overbearing, will better himself, which shall thereby make an ideal manner of the Zealand pawn team. Although about being able to travel across the world, something like dial a location in your tablet and zap it through the speed of light. Matter to energy converter. It's teleportation. Well, not literally. The octopus chip. I'm rereading it. Testing the battle utility. Night 18 reporting it is June 16th. Bishop 10 to be a pleasure to work with. Being a major pressure. Those Bible please still get along with Rook's policy. Share with respect. And the Queen doesn't like this one. I think it's a little hurry to make Bishop Smith her little person. Well, have you noticed he doesn't exactly talk much? He's quiet and reserved. I am ready to take on one of his big Bishop vtuber. The boy barely shuts up long enough to eat, so you're the first step to another Bishop said to find out sleep when he first seemed impossible to understand the proper manages using spider silk. Why did he retire since before the war? Unadjustable. Don't worry yourself. Big K, the merits of the students don't believe you can hear about. It seems exactly what you said it would be, and exactly number got about. I mean, this would regulate. Geez, suits attachment. So it's going to affect every on it. See the hand, but it's going to let me know that I believe it. So, but I haven't been more ancestors are biting. It's near me. I gotta get up at 14. The library's life for the mass pose 19. I have a good night. Okay, yeah, that's what that's. Front lines. Fertility and sanctum. Did the bishop go too far? Wait, this is important too, I think. First, a 5-part. As a consortium officers with 12, Bishop 10 and aboard the Guardian Church. Same city. The article creates a transcript of the audio video for captured by Terry until your remote equipment has been edited for if you wish to obtain a full request. Camera footage. So loaded me behind the server ponds are working quietly. Hello everyone, it's my name is Wire, exclusively a live blog and a personal I've been given unlimited access to learn about supply region for the Consortium aircraft type shit on the stage. We are going to traveling with Guardians for one meeting was the one that's probably the Guardian Church. The second was purchased by the church in 2020. We're going to the private tours of the church members, the debates. It's kind of creepy that a church, majority of people on the thing in the organization, like a huge swath of the people that are in the consortium are also church members. A little creepy. Can focus, and they can all read each other's minds. And the device that they use to read each other's mind, to talk to each other with their minds, is a little mind controlling. Is showing us up to the head. That's why. But it's really good at the bottom. Where you gone? You should experiment what you have. She goes back to typing. Terry looks away. Cuts to chases. Probably so what's it? You know, time off. Even the crew title. Start about it. Let's get the hell out of it. Like you. First almanac. Cut the hanger bag inside. You can see what it's like. I'm pretty sure the pods are terrified of you asking them for the interview. Why is that? 18 was probably reamed by taking time off duties. I have to say talk about Navy vessels that have less discipline. Oh, that's funny. We believe that sort of precision. We are the flagships in the faces. We should do our which considers our job here on Stormbird. My job is to help Bishop 10 through any combat. I mean, Raz, I'll keep on the status of weapon. I'm off to the other shirts. Weapon I can precondition. Otherwise, you give me a real shot at for a few minutes, and Terry isn't. Sorry. Since I organize to manage duties outside of the hangar ponds, I also manage it. I'm still sorry, 918 doesn't like you talking too much about that. Yeah, there are a lot of groups out there that don't like to tell me to do what we're trying to do. What about Lunch Bay? We're here, 5 minutes. We're up, gotta be here. ready together and you such good for what the goes down. She said but we just said you would have a theory, but a squat guy is pointed to the spot. I mean, it looks like we may have a problem there. Some on top of the thing, it looks like a weapon, whatever. Then we pull it out, whatever. It's like it's preparing to. Oh shit! Signing up, prepare for impact. Can't get control back. Controls are fried. 10 seconds to impact. Stormbird, repeat. We're on impact vector. Holy shit! This becomes where it looks a little banged up and I see it's just some sort of EMP weapon that our pod, but I don't see what happened to Stormbird. I don't know what the hell happened. Stormbird, stand down. It's against your body. That's the fusion core. The space station will take the further approach. We will make sure someone took it to it's a disintegration bomb. Damn, it's we could take out a big one could take out a battleship or a space station. Hey, she's looking up. Get paid up with pain, people can crash at the same time, so at the same time, so they can control my equipment. Wait. Can't focus on the website, just walks up, poses the turns off. This is Terry Coop reporting live for you from occupied section. I'm here, Bishop 10. Currently creeping. There are armed insurgents. The other insurgents are cultists. Anyone who worships the Guardians as God of the definition. Fire, they are. Look at our way. One of the church or the gate to. Religious fundamentalism. Yeah, look out there waiting for us. I can't see it, but button to see what you're praying to one of the statue. Yeah, so they were God and worship. They think that everybody they rely on the sanctum, like beings in the sky. What is the difference when someone in this, but that's kind of the point of a bishop. You don't see them until fireworks start. You also what a bishop really talk almost never it's a thing. Which again, as we see at the end, these run away with a troll. Perfect. That's what we're saying. Shit, man. That's it. What's the bush side? Should have said cultist 1, cultist 2, cultist 3. Don't just fall instead of cultist. You're complaining because she's had ranks right up with that Malcolm Thomas guy or something. You better stop watching her. Start watching those bitches. Canon Sergeant. Radio Dart. Being Radio Dart. The bishop had breach of communications. My upstairs sounded dark. Close you're by me, journalist. President her last. Awaken her, share thing. The Holy Palace place, my lady. You shall report back to Legion of Falls. We have accomplished it. You have taken over an unarmed civilian escort. Our facilities. Congratulations, Silent Tim. We have done more to take back the sense of worship. We require ourselves to avoid self-seek. The Guardians will guide us to the purity of life. Protect the god. Raoul Diamond, where is he now? To protect the founder. You got chicks now. No one has them boots distracted. Eventually there for about. We will be purified in the ancestors' light. You cannot stop their salvation. Acceptable Earth is a peaceful. Any other articles like these will pay for expenditure. Full sponsor. Think you found there. No, I don't buy that. Where's Bishop? Do they have anything on Bishop 15? Jerry Fisher was born August 1st, 1939 in Mexico City, Mexico. Mother died from laryngitis and bounces. Age 4, received a very good at map. Of course, like most of us had a church, but wait, what? Wait. When Jerry found some trouble with an anti-Scientology protest turned particularly violent in the streets of downtown Vancouver. This, of course, only goes before the entire cult Scientology felt being banned from North America. Huh. Yeah, Tom Cruise would like to have a word with you. Following the protests in Four Broken Ridge, turned rather strict father-son notice with separating ties with city executives during rogue political groups. A harbor was building in the subconscious world with rallies and protests becoming conflicts in all major cities. Bill reports would cost more. Following their demand, eventually hated and pursued to North England and remained. She was 22. Went to a major in human psychology. The future of telecommunications abilities, a precursor to early. His name was Tom. He was for the child. Peace strategist. Interesting. Okay. Do that training. The game seems to be waiting for me to do the training.
Welcome to the introductory Consortium Bishop training scenario. I'm Rook 25, and I'll be your guide for today. Your personal containment unit can store matter in energy form and has built-in healing and repairing functions. It is also capable of transforming small, solid matter objects directly into utility energy. You see the floating pieces of junk around the platform? Use your PC here to convert them directly into utility energy. That mean-looking robot is about to shoot you. That looked like it hurt. Use utility energy to power your medical nanites. Either select the numbered slot and auto-heal your injuries over time, or select individual organs to heal from your injuries. The battle utility suit and assault helmet represent your basic combat protection gear. Damage gear, either select the numbered slot on your HUD to auto-repair your armor over time, or select individual armor pieces to repair from your inventory. The Consortium Energy Assault Rifle is your best non-lethal combat solution. Using its primary firing mode, it projects a multi-target sonic pulse that can knock down nearly any unshielded enemy. Now incapacitate these virtual barricades before they take them off. After bringing your enemies down, get up close and stick them with nanites to incapacitate them indefinitely. Notice that you can inject multiple targets simultaneously. The Kinetic Assault Rifle, or CAR, is your alternate combat weapon choice. And unlike the Seer, it does not need utility energy to function and instead requires physical ammunition. Go grab one now. Nice work, Bishop. The kinetic assault rifle, or CAR, comes equipped with lethal rounds capable of tearing bad guy shields to shreds. It is also equipped with Consortium-issue non-lethal shock grenades that can fire just about any type of grenade on the market. Now, use the car to either kill or incapacitate these virtual bad guys. And that's it. You're done. Good luck out there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Initiating emergency protocol 2.
Well, as you can probably see, Angelov's 2 fighters have just multiplied into 2 dozen. Still nothing my girl can't handle.
Six and Kieran.
Whatever bishop we have aboard
Now is
is
your
not
chance
your
to meet the
concern.
great
Let
Bulgarian
us stick
nuisance.
to you telling me the point
He's on the
of this
holocron now
encounter.
and is acting...
If you wish me to let
well,
you through my
you'll have to come see for
airspace, you will
yourself.
show me Bishop 6.
Your airspace? And here he is now. You see? I'm not trying to play any games here. I'm only trying to prevent this from turning ugly. Again.
Good, good. This is very good. And how is Bishop 6? You are feeling strong, I hope. Ready for your first day?
This here is Kirill Angelov, the single most irritating mercenary in all of Eastern Europe.
Oh, come on now. Alana, after all these years, this is all you have to say about me. I am hurt.
Enough posturing. Either tell me what you want or get out of our way.
You have no idea what is happening here. Poor little girl. Your king must be blind.
Did we not just go through this song and dance a month ago? And did your daddy not give you a good spanking for it?
My father will not be coming to your rescue this time, Knight.
Come now, Kirill. It's Christmas. How about you let us pass, and we'll get into this another time. I promise. How does next Tuesday look for you?
Listen very carefully. You will land and surrender your warship immediately. If you do not, I will blow you out of the sky.
You've got to be kidding me. Give me a minute to confer with my people.
Clearly you do not understand. Comply now, or I will take Zenlil from you by force.
A minute, Kirill. That is not a request. 1. Will you please inform local authorities of our location, and to expect possible plane debris to follow?
I'm already on it, sir.
Can you see now why I've called you all here?
Oh, yes. He's probably just blowing smoke. But there's an edge to him I've not seen before. I mean, he's usually hopped up on himself, but never has he outright threatened to kill us.
It's no doubt his attempt at revenge for what Bishop 8 did.
He appears to be rather unintelligent as well. Or is this an illusion?
The subject of his intelligence is one of constant debate around here.
Well, I think he's not only stupid, but also irrational and hot-headed. A nasty combination for someone in his position of power.
It's very deceiving, though. The use of old planes to stay under the radar. His bravado. The love his men have for him. I think it's a very intelligent role he plays to feed his all-encompassing ego and get what he wants.
You give him far too much credit.
Well, you'll just have to wait and find out. One of my majors in university was, after all, criminal psychology.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can't deflate his bloated ego a little. Put him back on.
Angelov is no longer transmitting.
Wait a second. Sorry, boss, we got company. Looks like well, it's a bloody boarding carrier. It's only a few hundred meters behind us.
How did it get so close?
I can't explain it. It just came out of nowhere. It's also emitting some kind of scrambler signal. I can't get a look. What the hell is... I've detected 2 new incoming F-35s. One's a few kilometers behind the other. There's a gathering energy source of some kind coming from the lead fighter. He's 7 kilometers off the port side now, and he's closing fast. 5 kilometers. I can just bypass the carrier signal to regain targeting control.
You better make it quick.
There's no way he's that stupid.
Almost got it. 3 kilometers. Wait, the Habitat 5124 incident. I think this is the same delivery system Stormbird reported.
Wade?
Seal, hold on, boss. We may have ourselves a problem.
You'll be fine. Just have a seat over here and relax.
Where's the second fighter, Wade? Talk to me!
I can't see a bloody thing, boss. Not a bloody thing.
Guys, you may want to... Oh, shite! Get down!
Is everyone all right, back,
Please,
man.
hurry.
We've got 2 down and a room riddled with bullet holes. What the hell just happened?
I haven't got an answer, Terry. I'm sorry. No bullet in existence can penetrate Zenler's plating. It just doesn't make any sense.
Just relax, Wade. We need you focused. Now, tell me about your girl. How badly is she hurt?
Yes, sir. It looks like she's broken bloody back. We've got major ship-wide failures. Our weapons, primary engines, cargo containment unit. They're all out.
Okay, Wade. I want our primaries back online, and I'd also like to be able to shoot at the bad guys.
Half an hour for primaries, 15 to 20 minutes for manual weapons.
Just do the best you can, and do it fast. Yes, yes, Joe. I see you.
6, be prepared to aid Rook 9 in defending this ship. Good. Let's hope it won't be necessary. All right. Let's hear what he has to say for himself.
Now are you prepared to surrender, little girl?
Drop the ridiculous act, for God's sake. This is not like you, Kirill. You just shot up 2 of my people with that little stunt. And if you think, even for a second, that you're going to get away with that, you have another thing coming.
How did the bullets spell
Tell me something. How does the cold hand of death feel as it takes its grip around your throat?
I think I can stall him for a little bit, but we need a better plan than this.
Have you completely lost your mind? If you destroy this vessel, you will only bring the full might of the Consortium down on you.
I'd say it's pretty simple. We stall long enough to fix our guns, and then we flip his arse back to mercenary oblivion.
Kirill's temper will never give us enough
I
time.
have grown to enjoy your company. You were as a little sister.
Let him
to
use
me,
the boarding
when Bishop
carrier.
Aid was once an
Excuse
older,
me.
idiot brother.
Say that again,
However,
Kieran.
you
We
and
let
your
him use the
people have
carrier.
some incredibly
When he
powerful
boards,
enemies.
we simply
Turning them
separate
down
the head
was
from the
never an
snake.
option.
And when only his men board us instead.
More than that,
Kieran has a
you
point.
claim to be a
If
politically
we
driven
pretend to
mercenary
surrender,
whose worst
Kirill
crime before
might just
today
fall for
was
it.
raiding some
And
cargo
I'd bet my
flights and
life on
kidnapping
him
a
boarding
low-level
himself.
politician or two.
Egomaniac
You
that he
are
is.
small time, Angelov. All of this madness today is far beyond your threat level.
I was going to ask the same question.
Now is not the time.
Consortium's come
Remind
know
me later and
nothing
I'll
about
tell
the
you.
world.
Right, so we let him think he's won, and the rest should fall into place.
Are you perhaps attempting to anger me in the hopes that I will what? Make a mistake?
You make a mistake? Like when you got hijacked running, what was it? 5 tons of black market ex-gon materials from Lebanon to Baghdad? Those murderous Syrian and Iraqi mercenary groups chasing you, they sure didn't like you being in their airspace, did they? Hey, that sort of sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I will only put up with so much disrespect, Knight.
I'm sorry, Kirill. Really. But you do have me in an extremely difficult position here.
And so we come full circle. To the point. You will inform your Rook 9 that he is to land Zenlil at the coordinates I have already given him. Run along now and do what you are told.
But we don't have enough fuel to reach the coordinates you have given us. Your EMP killed our primaries, and I'm assuming that you'll never let a refueling ship anywhere near us. If you'll only listen to me for 2 minutes, I think I have a solution.
Do your crew a favor and stop speaking. Let the men talk. Bishop 6, may I speak to you for a moment? Just a little chat before your knight forces me to shoot you down. A bishop with some kick. Very nice. I'm sure Alana is just clawing at your belt buckle by now. Is she not?
Keep it up, Angelov. I'm gonna stamp that grin into the back of your head.
Angelov, let's you and I focus on...
This is no negotiation. And did I not just tell you to stop speaking? So, Bishop, all of this excitement on your first day, you must be feeling a little overwhelmed.
Keep him talking, 6, and don't make him angry.
Ah, poor little Bishop. Let's see now. You've been rudely awoken by Rook 25. Your new plane has been malfunctioning all morning. Pawn 1 over there hates you. What else? Oh yes, Pawn 7. What was it like finding his dead body? Was there much blood?
You son of a bitch!
What did he just say? What did you just say?
So you've not told your bonds. Why don't you have someone take a look inside what was once Bishop 8's cabin? Do not look to her for permission. Look at me.
It's okay, 19.
Well, I can go look myself. It'll only take a minute.
You will not leave this room. You will call another bond to look, now. And put them on the loudspeaker.
Patricia, come in, please.
Is that you, 19? Why are you calling me Patricia?
We have a bit of a situation up here. Please don't ask me any questions. Can you just do me a huge favor and go look inside Bishop 8's old cabin? Get back to me on this line ASAP and don't come to Mission Ops.
Sure, of course. Give me just a few minutes.
Wade, go ahead and unlock the cabin for her.
It's done.
All right, Carol. Now that you've stirred up even more trouble, let's get to it, shall we? What can we do to make you go away?
Go away? But we were just getting started. Partly, yes. But admittedly, my initial anger clouded my better judgment. Listen to me. My people are more connected than your king. When they cannot identify someone capable of handing out 600 million EU dollars, that someone is either a ghost or someone to fear. Us? How cute. No, Bishop. You. Just you. I was given all that money to take your life. Your crew are not involved in this, and I, for one, would like to let them live.
Don't listen to him and stick to the plan. Let him think he's beaten us, and he'll be more susceptible to our surrender.
That is true.
Cameras, Bishop. Those who hired me have managed to install spy cameras and sound equipment within your vessel. I can see into every room.
Tell me he's making that out.
He is absolutely lying, boss. It is impossible.
You are smarter than you look. We both know it would be impossible to install such equipment on that vessel. Yet, instead of simply denying it, you played along. Interesting tactic, but it does not answer how I know about the dead pawn, does it?
Keep it up, Six. You're doing great.
Pawn 19. Come in.
I'm here. Did you find anything?
There's blood everywhere. His head is... I
Get it out already. He is dead. Pawn 7 is dead. My God, you people are like children.
That is really not necessary.
I will decide what is necessary. Now, Bishop, you impressed me before when you called my bluff. Impress me again and tell me. If not cameras, then how do I really know about Pawn 7? Big bad Bishop, yes? Look around before you beat your chest at me. Your ship is disabled, and your crew is looking to you for their very survival. Are you sure you really want to piss me off? So be it. Prepare yourself.
I can't believe his arrogance.
That sound, ladies and gentlemen, it's the sound of a water carrier tearing a hole through our hull.
Tell me lockdown systems are up and running?
They are.
Good. Let's get everyone in here then.
Ilana, show the Bishop what we've got for him.
Yes, sir. We do have ourselves an emergency weapons locker. In there, you'll find a couple weapons to choose from.
A rather large contingent of mercs is now entering the hangar bay.
Get ready, Six.
I've locked down every possible exit.
Can you stop them or not?
I can keep them off of mission ops, low radionics in the cockpit, but that's about all I've got.
All right, Six. Get to the hangar bay and stop them from flooding the ship.
Attention. I suppose I should remind you all that there is nothing.
We've got a couple of John McClane. The wankers are through the hatch from the upper hall and are now raining down into the lane. Mission is secure. Good luck.
As many as possible. I'm liking this non-lethal side to you.
Damn. Alright, I played that better. Oops. I think everybody. Once I killed everybody last
Bishop,
time.
what we've got for him.
Yes, sir. We do have ourselves an emergency weapons locker. In there, you'll find a couple weapons to choose from.
A rather large contingent of mercs is now entering the hangar bay.
Get ready, 6.
I've locked down every possible exit.
Can you stop them or not?
I can keep them off of mission ops, lower avionics and cockpit, but that's about all I've got.
All right, 6. Get to the hangar bay and stop them from flooding the ship.
We've got a couple of John McClane's hell-bent on getting into the upper level crawl. The wankers are through the crawl and are now raining down into the mission officer secure. Good luck.
I'm liking this non-lethal side to you.
And the guest of honor is finally arrived. Kirill himself is out.
All right, 6. Do whatever it takes to get to Angela and take him down.
Keep firing.
Good job capturing Kira. We have some questions to answer when he wakes up.
You're down. The rest look about ready to crap themselves.
Release the
Yes,
Atmos
good.
building and
Try
let
and
them return
ink
to
up
the
as
water
many as
carrier.
possible.
We've got what we wanted. Overall, some fine work. Especially nice that you managed to incapacitate all of them.
Pretty damn impressive.
I need you to come back to mission operations. Right away.
Alright, people. I think we've only got a minute or two before our friends out there start playing not so nice.
And our weapons?
We're good to go on this end, boss. Let's see what the bishop will do.
Before he heads for the guns, I've got an idea. Can you patch me into the F-35s?
No problem. You're on.
Pilots of threatening homeless mercenaries. I am Knight 15, commanding officer of the Consortium vessel, Zenlil. In an effort to seize control of this vessel, your leader has been captured by our bishop. In exchange for lenient jail time, Angelov is telling us your names, where you live, where your family members live, anything we want. Disengage immediately.
That should do it.
Wade, do me a favor and fire a couple of shots across a few of their bows. Give them a little scare.
You've got it.
What are they?
A few already taken off, boss. And listen to this.
So bad.
There's no hope here. Angelov has betrayed us. They're not disabled and not too powerful. We must retreat.
The rest not running off for home at the beginning of attack happens. It looks like we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned dogfight. Bishop, I need you on the guns right away.
You can access the manual weapons system through the command interface inside mission operations.
All right, so this is Zen's manual weapons control interface. Now let's get this thing done. Quick crash course before I let you at it. Your left control can lock and release non-lethal EMP-tipped missiles. Aim the cursor, then press and hold to lock onto a target. Once a lock's been made, the missile will fire on its own and harmlessly swat your target from the sky. Your right control is Zen's point defense laser. It's most useful for destroying incoming missiles. That bad boy can also obliterate fighters in an instant, killing the pilot. So try not to take it down unless absolutely necessary, yeah?
Oh, I could kill them if I wanted to. Why did it reload the game? Wait, what did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong?
I really don't think we'll be hearing from them anytime soon.
Nice work, Six. I've rarely seen such efficiency on our weapons.
Hey, I heard that.
You are a physical extension of Zenlil, Wade, and so you... Same pattern as Six here.
I don't even consider Wade human.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Bloody hell, me. Not even Bishop A could have done that without taking a single hit.
And our newbie bishop here managed to do it on his first day.
And 6. Now that everyone knows, I want you to start an internal investigation into the murder of Pawn 7. Just ask around a little, but don't push too hard. I'll be in Global Ops with my head in my own work.
Oh, no. Oh, not a chance. You get the hell away from me. Stop it. Go away. What don't you understand? Pawn 7 is dead because of you, and I don't want to be next. Oh, for Christ's sake. What? I had nothing to do with Matthew's death, if that's what you're still pestering me about. You are! Have I not been clear enough on this point? Pawn 7's death. Angelo showing up like he did. These glitches all over the ship. I dropped €1 million bucks that you are the direct reason for all of it. I've been here all day with Pawn 32. We don't know anything. Go and ask her if you don't believe me. Please, go. She's right over there. I was beginning to think you'd never go away.
Oh, hello, Bishop. I can't help but feel terrible about Point 7. He was a good kid. One of the best.
I must say, though, I am glad to see you're still with us after everything earlier. Someone sure has your number, don't they? Yes, I know. I understand. The only time I've left this room was when I went to operate. 2 minutes. I went through the 3rd level, access from Global Ops. Nowhere near the cabins. Some would say wasting their time. But these past few days, they've been attempting to upgrade the cargo containment unit. Rook 25 is not only trying to increase max capacity, but also thinks she can remotely connect every C-38 to you to form a network of transferable equipment. I know, she's crazy. I told her this. They fought more than they worked, but it was never serious. I think they challenged each other. He used to tell me all the time how he enjoyed working with her. I know what you're thinking, Bishop, but no. I mean, it is ridiculous. She may have wanted to at times, but Rook 25 did not kill Pawn 7. Well, we all know Pawn 4 doesn't like her at all, but I think she is an excellent boss. She is honest and does not take crap from anybody. I respect that immensely.
Pawn 32, come here for a second. And Bishop, you can flirt with her later.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Oh, leave that stupid thing. It'll still be broken when you get back.
I'm coming.
If you're here to question my people, wait for them to finish. If you're here to question me, do it later. So, next on the Let's Give Thanks to Kieran Angelo repair list is to manually reboot and diagnose the atmospheric shielding. Wade says it doesn't really matter, does it? Hold first. Then you can chit-chat until hell freezes
I
over.
have a
Pas de
one-year-old
problème.
niece, remember?
Go first,
I
chit-chat
think I
later.
can handle
I'm
it.
Bishop. Good. And don't let the Bishop or anyone else distract you. I don't care what they want.
No problem.
We've almost got them all. Just take it easy.
I don't know, this machine, it sort of makes me nervous. Oh, and hey, Bishop.
Everything, it seems, makes you nervous.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you think I killed Pawn 7? Because I didn't have anything to do with that. I was in mission ops the whole time. Ask anyone, really, anyone at all.
Maybe we should sedate him.
No, Kieran. Bad Kieran. Just take it easy, okay? Nobody is accusing anyone of anything.
I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. So, Bishop, thanks for coming to see me. I'm just, getting these huge fragments taken out of me. The doc here says those experimental bullets should blow me to bits. It didn't hurt at all. Nope, not one. Not at all. Nope, no siree, no. Have you ever been shot before, Bishop? I'll bet you have. That's so amazing. Oh, so then I guess it doesn't really hurt. Yeah, people say it's worse than childbirth, but I don't understand that. I mean, for me, I just sort of went numb and then passed out until Rook 13 woke me up. Those anti-checks felt funny, though.
Is there something wrong with your vocal cords? They seem to vibrate far too often, and at an incredible rate.
I was going to tell him to stop drooling on the Bishop, but yours is better.
Haha, real funny, guys. Thanks a lot. So, Doc, are we done here? I'd like to head back to mission ops. See if Rook 9 or Pawn 19 need my help.
Stop calling me Doc. The remaining bullet fragments have been removed, and the nanites forcibly flushed from your system, as requested. So yes, Pawn 12, we are done here. Can you please tell Pawn 1 that we are ready for him?
Yep, sure. Of course. Hey, Gary. Looks like you're up. It doesn't hurt. Really, it doesn't. I didn't feel a thing, and I was expecting to feel so much pain.
Be quiet, 12. Please.
Sorry.
Not now.
Well, if you want to come see me in mission ops. About, whatever.
Hey, number 1.
Make it so, number 1.
You have the bridge, number 1.
Please, guys. Yeah, for the 10th time, I get it. Just like Riker. Ha ha. My head is killing me, and I'm grumpy as hell. Can we just get this over with so I can go lay down?
Sorry, you're right.
Lay down here and try to relax.
If you find cancer or something, I don't want to know about it. How long is this gonna take?
Almost there. Just let it work.
And hey, Bishop. Thanks for saving my life.
Touching, cowboy. Touching.
What is that supposed to mean?
Alan Rickman.
Who?
Never mind.
Okay, there we go. All done.
My head still feels like it's splitting in half.
That is to be expected, considering your injuries. I will inform Rook 25 that you will be taking the afternoon off.
Thanks. Oh, and Bishop, you'll have to speak with me tomorrow if you want to ask about Pawn 7. I really need to lay down.
Take care of yourself.
I don't think he
Gary.
did it anyways.
Yeah, I'll
He
try.
was there.
Oh no. No way, Bishop. I don't want to hear any more about where you're really from or how your brain is a freak show. I really don't need this.
I apologize for her attitude, Bishop. She is having a hard time processing what happened earlier with what you told us, and the brain scan. The only logical options in my head are to either believe what you've told us, or believe that you've found a way to manipulate the equipment read from the brain scan. As a joke, perhaps. Yes, I can understand that. Perhaps trust will come in time. I am curious about one thing, Bishop. If there are other versions of you in our world, other players like yourself, does each of you play along a different timeline? A different instance of this dimension? So there are variations of this world where Zenlil has been destroyed, where you have died and this well-funded enemy of yours has won. And of course, you only need to load and try again. It's truly fascinating, right? And so we are clear. You can tell your people I will remain quiet about what I know. If you wish to tell others in this world, that is your choice. You may want to keep in mind that even with the brain scan as proof, nobody else will believe you. Take care, Otherworlder. And try to keep an eye on your back. It is likely about to be stabbed.
Right.
Bishop, if you have another minute, I wanted to ask you one more thing. It is about the Guardian Church. I was only wondering what your affiliation is, if any. Are you a member? Why do you say, of course not? You cannot trust them. They have an estimated 1 billion members worldwide. I take it you mean that you cannot trust someone within the church. From the newswire. We all know the name. He's spoken out against the Consortium for a few years now. Is his stance on the Consortium the reason for this mistrust? If you are indeed telling the truth, this is not a matter you should be discussing with me. I suppose then, I will let you return to work. I truly hope that you and I can become friends.
So, are you here to help or just wandering aimlessly? That's about right. It shouldn't take long. What do you say? Good. We can use the help. Go ahead and access the chip locker over there, by the brig. I've unlocked it for you, and you're going to need a stack of fresh data chips. And you too. I want this done by the time I get back. In other words, I want you out of here and back to work elsewhere.
Roger that. Consider it done.
Lâche-cul.
Well now, what the heck does that mean?
Oh, nothing.
Since you skillfully smashed those F-35s all over Bulgaria, the damage to Zenlil is minimal and you won't need too many chips. Grab a bunch, then head up to Upper Avionics and the Upper Crawl. If you need more, you can always come back.
Sorry, Bishop. I know you're busy, but I would appreciate it if you'd stop by Global Ops for just a few minutes. The Queen would like to speak with you. There's no immediate rush, whenever you're able.
So I can give you something more boring and tedious to do.
Hello, Bishop.
Bishop, hey. I was hoping you'd come talk to me. Well, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Those nanites are creepy, but they sure did the trick. Did you know the original version of the medical nanite was principally developed by David Shelter himself? So too was your CMC, your PCU, and your BUS. If any of it malfunctioned, you'd be SOL. I don't know. I just like hanging out with you, I guess. I hope that's all right. Is it all right to hang out with you? Good. Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna be great friends, you and I. So can I ask you something, friend? Oh man, that's just crazy just to say it out loud. Really? Okay. Do you guys know how Kirill knew about Matt? I'm sorry, Pawn 7? His name was Matt Wilson, his real name. But anyway, do you know how Kirill knew about his death? One of us? Right, the same person who killed Pawn 7. So who was it then? Do you know? You can't possibly think I had anything to do with his death, can you? It's not right. It's not possible, I mean. I mean, I'm not nervous because I'm doing anything incriminating or would insinuate anything of my involvement in the case. I mean, I was right here in Mission Ops when it happened. Ask Night 15, not ask anyone. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think he did it.
Ouch! Damn it, Zen. Don't touch it there. I get it. Blimey.
Stop that, Wade.
Hello, B. I'm down in lower avionics trying to repair this bloody ship's automated defenses. And big surprise, she isn't cooperating. Oh, and I can't unlock the hatch, so don't ask. Safety protocols and all that. Ah, well, if she doesn't start cooperating, I'm gonna pour drink all over her main board. Anyway, try not to get your kitty snort all over my buttons and switches. And stay out of my chair. Hey now, did I say you could sit in my throne? Well, since you're already sitting, how'd you like it? Pretty comfy, isn't it? Well, if heaven is made of Canadian hemp and velvet, and it probably is, then yeah. Nah, come on, Zen. Stop doing that. All right, well, back to work. If I don't get this thing fixed soon, we could be in a world of hurt when another Angelov decides to drop in and say hi. And these bloody glitches sure aren't making things any easier. Virus? No. More likely it's a software bug from my last repair. My girl would pick up an honest-to-God virus. Sensors would be going off all over the place. As it stands, the sensors are showing seemingly random fluctuations in very minor systems. I haven't left the cockpit all day. Oh Christ, could be Spike in the cockpit, blocking me out. Of course. I've been so preoccupied, I should have thought of that. Oh, did I hear that right? A bishop aiming to be helpful? Well, it's certainly a relief to know you're not all ego-driven hotheads. So, all I want you to do is observe instances of this so-called virus. When you see something, let me know of the CMC. Show me, I don't know, 5 different particularly bad examples. And hey, have fun! Yes, I saw that one myself up close and personal. And I don't want to talk about it. Just 4 more to go and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Nah, sorry Bishop, can't talk, too much to do. Why don't you head over to those busted chip banks, Upper crawl and upper avionics. Get going. So, while you're doing that, why don't you ask me about Pawn 7? The K told you to question everyone. I can tell you that if I didn't let him break for lunch, he'd still be alive right now. I can also tell you that once I find them, whoever is responsible will never see daylight again. Pawn 7 was a good kid. A bit of a pain in the arse, sometimes, but most of these kids are. Other than whoever killed him, yes, I am. I told you before that I was working with him in the lower crawl. He was gone less than half an hour before the alarms went off. Needless to say, he's eating me up a little. It's not my job to get along with anyone on this plane. Pawn 7 and I disagreed on many things, and that I will take to the grave with regret. I certainly could have been nicer to him. My treatment of Pawn 4, which admittedly isn't very good, is what he was pissing on about, speaking to me about in the crawl. It's actually what we were fighting over. Can you believe that? He was defending Pawn bloody 4, the newest and soon-to-be dismissed member of the Consortium Pawn team. Have you spoken a word to him? Okay, you're right. You're right. Be nice, Alana. It's possible, yeah, but what was happening? Was somebody contacting Angelov in there? Or contacting someone else? Oh, it's bloody frustrating having no answers to so many questions. The Ancestors' Endless Drink. It's a Guardian Church-produced collection of pleasant stories. It's propaganda aimed to make them seem like their headway meetings actually heal people. I mean, hey, people can do whatever they please, but I'll stick to my heathenry. Thank you very much.
Heathenry?
The short answer is that it relates to their recently uncovered Prophecy of the Ancestors. Look it up on the info console if you want, but it's really just a load of nonsense. Apparently, he was a fully fledged atheist. So the book we found came from someone else, someone who clearly likes to play games. Which brings us precisely back to square one. And with that, I'll leave you to it. I'm sure you don't need me talking in your head all day. Oh, hey, I just noticed you finished the job while we were talking. Thanks, Bishop. It was a tough job, but it looks like you pulled it off.
Hey, Bishop. That was some pretty amazing work with Angelov. With 283 separate recorded incidents under his belt, it was about time someone put him behind bars.
God damn it, the computer brain of yours.
Yeah, well, it's a mixed blessing when it only allows for 1,533 hours of sleep a year.
That is not very much, Bishop, if you were wondering.
Oh, hey. Right, I guess you're wondering what else we found in the TS packet from London.
Yes.
Eyewitnesses claim 3 or 4 large transport vehicles left the Felixstowe docks only minutes before police arrived. They were headed for downtown when the police apparently, well, lost them.
Poof, very shit. A bunch of unmarked transports. You know, since the war you can barely let out a fart in London without 15 cameras seeing you do it. Followed by the police raining fire down on you.
No, except to say the London police are likely holding something back. They claim they're dealing with a security breach of their mainframe and that automated monitoring systems have been unable to detect the vehicles. Something stinks. There is no way they just up and lost those trucks.
Whatever happened to those good old-fashioned police work? Without the cameras and the sensor arrays, those bobbies are useless.
Yes, but which one? We thought the same thing. And according to what we can tell, there are several high-profile hackers residing within the London area. Adrian Draper, Alvarez Famosa, and Jonathan Gonzalez are 3 of the big ones.
With the right tools, it could be any of them. And good luck finding one. So I'm told the bishop here has been tasked with investigating Pawn 7. I'm assuming he has some questions you'd like to ask us, don't you, Bishop?
Really? Let's get it over with then. Ask away. Actually...
No, neither of us have. Not until after the incident took place. I sometimes wish we had those suits the Swedes wear, you know. No, she wasn't saying that.
Hey, relax. We've got nothing to hide. I went to the washroom, actually, right around when it happened. But it's a straight shot from Global Ops. The cabins are on a different level altogether.
All right, well, come on then, Kendra. Make your move.
I am sorry, Bishop, but I guess we can't talk any longer. I need to put an old man in his place.
Porca vaca. How come I didn't see that?
I honestly have no idea. And please, take your time.
Wait. No, it isn't.
Hey, Six, are you ready to meet with the Queen? Don't be too long. She's a busy woman.
Nice move.
I told you you couldn't win.
Nah, sorry, Bishop, can't talk. Too much to do.
So, Bishop, I hear you embarrassed poor Pawn 11 here. That must have been something to see. Was it? I'm sure it was. I really have no doubt.
Are you done? Why do I even speak to you? Why is mum the word? What do you mean?
It's an old saying, Adele. It means you won't speak about you embarrassing yourself. Looks like our new bishop here is a gentleman.
Hold on a second. I think we're about finished here.
Yep, just one more. Bingo! And that, as they say, is all she wrote.
All who wrote?
Never mind. I think we did good work here. Rook 9 should be happier than a wirehead on Black Friday.
Yes, yes, well done to us. So, Bishop, I suppose you'd like to now know who we think is responsible for Pawn 7. Rook 25 did say you've been tasked to speak with us, yes?
Yep, I'm detective on duty.
I do not have an alibi, if this is what you need. Other than to say I was working. When it happened, I was doing my rounds. I could have been anywhere.
And I was in the barracks playing Peacecraft with my brother. Several people saw me there, and I never left until Night 15 herded us to mission ops. He was a lot of fun to work with. It's really a shame. Damn shame, in fact. He used to try and argue that nanotechnology was way better for the environment than, say, plastics. When everybody knows nanopollution is already a worldwide concern. I'm gonna miss those debates.
You are wasting your time with us, Bishop. Go and talk with Pawn 64. I would put all my money on him at least knowing something.
Wait a second, you don't know that. He is a friend of mine, and I know he could never do it. Never. No way, not a chance. I know people, Adele, and I know you're wrong.
Maybe you're not the best judge of character after all.
So he's got something personal going on that he'd rather not talk about. It doesn't make him a killer.
Oh, I am not accusing anyone, but he has been acting unusual. Distant, abrasive. Something has him frightened. Maybe Pawn 7 caught 64 doing something he should not have been doing. Like maybe he was contacting Angelo.
Adele?
No, Charlie. Listen to me. This is important.
Do you remember how you thought the bishop embarrassed you in the brig earlier?
You truly don't know when to stop with the jokes, do you?
Well, if you just turn around right now, you can discover what real embarrassment feels like.
Homer.
Hi.
Go ahead. Wait, yes? Okay, no problem. I'm on it. Well, duty calls. Did I get that one right, Charlie? Duty calls?
Haha, perfect! And yeah, I should probably get back to work as well. Lots to do.
Take care, Bishop, and watch your back.
Don't let her bother you. She's all right.
She thinks I killed Pawn 7 and helped Angelo. She is not all right.
Nobody actually believes that. Don't be ridiculous. She was just blowing off some steam, releasing some of that tension we're all feeling today.
I know you don't believe it, my friend, and I understand I haven't been myself lately, but I promise you have nothing to worry about, okay?
Well, alright. But if I have nothing to worry about, then you stop being so grumpy. It doesn't suit you.
I don't suppose you want to tell me what else they said. I think it does matter. Do you think she'll speak to anyone else? Night 15, Rook 25 maybe. I only need to stay off their radar a little while longer. Not now, and certainly not here. Okay, so look, Bishop. I'm sorry, but for now, just keep away from me, please. Hello, Bishop.
Hey, Six, are you ready to meet with the Queen? Here, hang on one moment. Oh, and be forewarned, she doesn't like it when you waste her time. So choose your words carefully.
Good afternoon to you both. Let's try and keep this quick and to the point. Bishop 6. First, it's wonderful to finally meet you. The king has been particularly adamant about you. And of course, he sends his regards and his regrets for not being here. Cute. And call me Mum. It drives me nuts, but they all seem to like it. Right to it. No bullshit. Good. Now, I wanted to start by expressing my sincerest condolences over what happened to Pawn 7. He was an exemplary officer, and I'm told an integral part of your crew. He will no doubt be
Is that the
missed.
only thing he
Yes,
is?
he will be. It should also be noted that if it wasn't for the
So many
bishop being
things.
quick on his feet, we may have also lost Pawn 1.
I heard. Well done, Bishop, but don't expect a gift basket or commendation. You did your job, and you did it well. All of which we expect from our bishops. Good man, that's what I like to hear.
Right. So, about Pawn 7, I wanted to...
Hold on. We'll get to that in a minute. So, Bishop 6, the king has managed to trace the takeoff point of Angela's boarding carrier to an airbase outside Aderna, Turkey. Hidden on the servers of this base was a document Angelov had apparently written for his men. It detailed one fact of their mission. Bishop 6 must die, or someone would kill them and their families.
In all fairness, Mum, we can't believe anything Kirill says or does or talks about doing. Even this document could have been planted for the king to find. Kirill is no slouch when it comes to subterfuge.
True. And this is why I want you speaking with him the instant he wakes up. We need to know what he knows, if anything. And he may be more willing to talk now that he's been beaten. Hell, he may even respect the bishop for beating him. But that's not important right now. What is important is to find out why. Why you specifically? Why now? And perhaps, who did you go and piss off before joining us? Well then, take a guess. There must be something in your past, something you've done. Excuse me? The Guardian Church? one of our biggest financial supporters, not to mention the fact that I'm close personal friends with Rick Perlman.
What did you do?
Incoming AV communication.
Who invited Wheats?
It wasn't me, I swear.
Good afternoon, everybody. Terran, Mom. Ah, yes, Bishop 6. I was hoping to catch your attention for a moment. The light blesses my luck, it seems.
Colin, it's good to see you. I trust you've been filled in on today's events.
I have, yes. I mostly just wanted to confirm that we're a go in Ireland. The Stormbird will be about an hour behind Zenlil. Oh, and I heard Bishop 6 brought down Angelov. Bravo. The ancestors must be keeping an eye on you. So, he's polite and modest. Wow. That's certainly refreshing, after so many years listening to Bishop 8 prattle on like he was born in a dumpster.
What was that?
Some sort of glitch in our minor systems. Wade and the King are working on it. He assures me it's nothing major.
The King never told me of any glitch.
Well, no offense, Mum, but you've got other things to worry about.
This is true.
So, is that all you wanted, Wheats? We will be seeing you in a few hours, after all. Maybe you've got better things to do.
Why must everyone keep calling me by my last name? And just 1 minute. Bishop. That is such a dreary thing to call you. What is your real name again?
6, there's no reason not to tell him your name.
I don't know why you would lie. Unless you truly do not know what your name is. But that would be absurd, wouldn't it?
This better be going somewhere, Wheats.
Clever misdirect. But it is not that difficult a question. What is your name?
Wheats, you are really trying my patience here. He certainly is.
I only wanted the man's name. And he can't give it to me. Does that sound like a properly fit bishop to you? Can you hear me? Hello? Bishop, you've been given a destiny to fulfill by the Lords of Light. And you cannot save us all without first saving yourself from darkness.
Well, that was certainly interesting. First-rate Wheats weirdness. And why is my connection not affected by whatever just happened to his?
I have honestly stopped trying to figure things out today.
Well, let's try and get this meeting finished before he comes back, shall we? Now, Bishop, last topic of the day, Pawn 7. I find it curious that the very day you board Zenlil, one of our most respected pawns is found dead only a few hours later.
They want to kill me.
I hear Night 15 tasked you with that. Good. You can only help the investigators in Ireland by stirring things up a little now. Also, we'll be using your CMC records as part of the investigation. Good luck with that. Right. So I will speak with the King about everything we've discussed, after which he can decide what our next move will be. And Night 15, you and Wade get that boat to Ireland in one piece.
We will. And you be careful too, Mum. There's no telling who else out there's been given this EMP weapon. Night 5 has already been told to repeatedly scan for heat signatures at long range. We don't know whether or not Kirill's was the only one of those cloaked boarding carriers, and we're not taking any chances.
Excellent work. And I'm sure we'll be just fine. The Aether's a good ship. It'll get us to BC in one piece.
I hope you're right.
Aren't I always?
I'm glad you're still here. It shows initiative. You can leave now if you wish, but I was just curious if you'd like to ask me anything about what you saw. Maybe about the Queen, or Night 18. You have no idea. Her father is a Korean diplomat, and her mother an Indian cabinet minister. As you can imagine, that has given her a very unique view of the world. We all have an immense amount of respect for her. The king, most of all. Good question. First of all, she is the first and only queen we've had, recruited before anyone else back when the Consortium was first formed. As she's meant to be the human counterpart to the king, she was thus chosen by humans. More specifically, she was chosen by Dr. David Shelter and a small team of Consortium progenitors. Well, we can talk some more later. I've got some unfortunate calls to make, starting with Pawn 7's family. His mother and I go back quite a few years. We were friends during my university days. Oh, and I'll have Wade load a new VT scenario for you. So head over there when you have a second.
Oh, bugger. She's really pissed off now. Night 15 on Route 25. One of you need to shut down power to lower avionics immediately. She's got a mind of...
Wade? Come in, Rook 9. What is going on? Rook 13, I want you and Pawn 24 in lower avionics on the double.
Sir, the door is not responding.
Let me try it remotely. Oh! Remote door controls are not functioning, and neither are maintenance access points.
Well, figure it out! Now!
What the hell? The hatch door from lower avionics to the cockpit has just unlocked itself.
6, that means you're up.
My God!
Stay focused, 6. Whoa! Stay back! It looks like it only gets worse as you approach him. Return to the cockpit. We need a new plan. Alana, tell us you have a brilliant plan to get Wade out.
I think so. I mean, it's going to be dangerous, but I could remotely reverse the polarity of the Bishop's BUS to attract rather than...
We don't need details. Just do it!
Okay, it's done. Be damned careful. Your BUS will now attract every electrical current in that room.
Let's try this again, 6. And take it slowly. Oh my God! Forget slowly! Stick him with the nanites and get the hell out of there!
What's going on? You don't need to tell me twice.
Okay, 6. It's your turn. Time to go. How are you feeling? And what exactly happened in there?
I'm actually not too bad, thanks to the Bishop. A bit of a headache, but nothing to worry about. But what happened? Your guess is truly as good as mine, boss. I was just about finished with the repairs to our autoguns when Senneil's computer core started surging electricity. Must have blacked out after that.
The medical nanites have repaired about 75% of the damage you were subjected to. The other 25% must be repaired by myself upon 24, at your earliest convenience.
In other words, Wade, you've got more or less a clean bill of health. Good to still have you with us.
Thanks, Kieran. I'll come down once I'm finished these repairs. And wait a second. Still have me with you? Are you saying I almost died? Crikey.
No, of course not. The Bishop was all over it from the get-go.
I knew he'd come to my rescue. Did she now? Well, thanks, Alana. You can fix my suit any day.
Don't push it, Captain, or next time you fry. So can we talk about the elephant in the room now? These so-called system bugs that have been going unchecked since this morning.
I'm still unconvinced there's anything more, to be honest. Whatever just happened down there could easily be attributed to the EMP. There's no telling what kind of residual effects that bloody thing caused.
Stop it! Just stop! I have never even considered saying this before to you, but I think you're being an idiot. You're stressed, angry, and you don't want to believe what's right in front of you.
Okay, I'm on it.
And to all of you, you may not want to mention this incident to anyone. We don't want to further scare the crew for no good reason.
Until everything goes to hell
Back
again.
information from them was such a good idea last time.
Yeah.
Come on, Alana. Ease up.
No, it's fine. She's right. I admit that I should never have done that with Pawn 7. But this is different. They are already on edge, and I'd rather not have them start turning on each other. Just do what I say, Alana, please.
You're the boss.
6. I think you have a virtual trainer scenario to run.
I'm not going to activate. Resting your carbon. Yeah. I could do that. I was thinking about something else though. What the heck? Wait, I have a super jump? Holy crap. Nice. Heh. Actually, now that I think about it, now I remember. I need to know my name. How is it not 64?
Wait, Bishop, hold up a sec. I have an urgent matter to discuss with you. Bishop, please. Fine, forget I bothered you.
Bishop. Bishop 6. Bishop 2. Bishop Arsenal. Former Bishop 8. The death of Bishop. Architecture, bomb scare. Should we be afraid? Secret history. DS, tier, plus, black market. Sponsor, OBPs. Hello, from the front lines. Bishop 2, Bishop 2, skydiving, lightning. Bishop 1 and Knight 5. None of this is talking about the induction of bishops. They have an induction for everybody, right? Utility suit. Ancestors, containment, provide the gods, warriors, night, moon. Generate for the rest 20 and 2030. There's a lot of backstory. Guardian, shelter. Wait, so Alright, so if I wanted to look up night, right? If I wanted to look up the night, right? There's a report of the induction. See, yeah, the summary of induction of night 15. Summary of induction pawn 1. Book 9, 16, pawn 1, pawn 4, pawn 7, pawn 12, pawn 13, pawn 14, pawn 15, pawn 64, rook to intro. Summary induction interview. I found through the honest sequence of wide range of positive choosing this induction interviews will each and every put into a perfect method to break down any walls or any other. When you join the Consortium, you're like joining a family. Every night has a different way to run the ship. Something we were called instantly only 15. So within these summaries, you'll find personal openings, honest writings. Remember, these have all been approved by people, however, and the only summaries you have is to all the crew around you. But they don't have. They don't have any information about any of the bishops either. Should have seen where he went.
Come on, I appreciate you saving my life and all, but give me a break. I did not kill Pawn 7. What else do you want? No, I'm sorry, and I'll be fine. A little sleep will do me good. All right, it's been great. Wake me up when we hit BC.
Organic containment. You know, this didn't become as weird as I thought it would when I was thinking about trying different options to mess with. Although deciding to not kill people.
Sorry, no, I can't talk. I need to concentrate.
Could be Rook 25. She's the only person messing with the cargo.
I am really very busy right now. I don't know what you're talking about. I have a lot of work to do, so if you'll excuse me.
Is that about throwing me off? I doubt it's about
Hey,
throwing me
Bishop,
off.
before you actually get going in there, this is a private channel between us, so please speak freely. You've been spending some time with the crew since Pawn 7 was killed, and I was thinking if you even had a guess as to who may be responsible. I could keep an eye out. Maybe we'll get lucky. I know for a fact that my brother is not responsible. But what about Pawn 24? The medical pawn? Or maybe choose someone else?
No.
You want me to follow myself? Don't be juvenile. I'm trying to be serious here. How about you try again? That's why I asked you to guess. Do you know what it means to guess something? Do you maybe want to try again? That's why I asked you to guess. Do you know what it means to guess something? Do you maybe want to try again? Just like that. Well, alright. I guess we'll see what we see. Hopefully you're not just picking a name at random. Welcome to my civilian defense scenario. The rules are...
Well, sorry about that.
Pretty simple.
I actually don't know.
Keep all of the virtual civilians alive through 20 progressively more difficult levels. To receive the highest score, incapacitate all the bad guys and keep all civilians alive. Only a small handful of bishops have managed to reach level 20 with all civilians still alive. No pressure. What the hell is going on, Wade? It's like a bloody light show back here.
It's the virus, I'll bet, kicking into overdrive. I'm on my way back to the cockpit. 2 minutes.
I think something real bad is about to happen.
I cannot let you do it, Seeker. You must not be allowed to reach the Churchill Tower.
Did he just say the Churchill Tower? In London?
It may be a she, Alana.
Well, that explains what happened at Pawn 7. He must have walked in on whoever that is as they were tampering with Bishop 8's pass.
Right.
Be careful, Six. This so-called officer of ours is clearly a little confused.
Do you have anything to say before I end this? Angela was nothing more than a means to an end. His EMP helped spread the virus I planted. He was never expected to succeed. Don't patronize me. No amount of words will save your life.
All personnel, stay the hell off the second floor until further notice. I'm in the cockpit now.
Good move, Wade. We don't want anyone getting in the crossfire. Come on! Now's your chance. Shoot me down.
Did you just...
To animate the suit remotely.
Remote-controlled BUS. Way too much of a power drain for the kind of efficiency we just saw. The suit... Okay.
What if somebody teleported from the suit? Some kind of fail-safe recall system.
Teleported. This isn't one of your science fiction movies, Kieran.
When you rule out the possible, what else remains?
That does it. I'm not taking any more chances. Remote control, teleporter, whatever. This day is slipping further and further from our control. Wade, patch my CMC into the ship's loudspeaker. I've had quite enough fun for one day.
Okay, you're on.
Wade, can you track the traitor or not?
My sensors are telling me there's bloody intruders everywhere, including the cockpit. I can't tell what's real.
Day for all of us. And I find myself humbled to have a crew as dedicated and brave as the men and women on this ship. While the day may have been long, unfortunately it is not yet over. I am now issuing the security protocol XO3. All sworn personnel will report immediately to the barracks until further notice. This is for everyone's safety until we touch ground in Ireland. Thank you.
You can't seriously be thinking of locking them in there.
That's the plan, yes. Do you have a better idea to help prevent more of our crew members from dying or killing each other? Because I'm all ears if you do.
Locking them all in a room with a pissed-off, magically teleporting killer seems like a good plan to you.
Alana, don't push me right now.
Excuse me! You can't deny that you've been making some pretty bad decisions today.
Don't do this.
And Consortium criminal.
But I, for one, think it is getting us somewhere.
6 is right. And you are going to regret this after you regain your senses.
So what? When they start turning on each other in there, we just let it play out?
Thank you, 6. And Alana, I am hoping it won't come to that. They are Consortium officers, not animals.
Hey, come on, people. Reality check. We're not out of this yet. Can we maybe save the petty arguments for after we touch ground?
I'ma die, aren't I?
You're right. Wait! How close are you to fixing these bloody lights?
Oh, give me some credit. I've got this virus by the balls now that it's showing us its ass.
Very colourful.
Thanks. Oh, we're saving that one. Alright, so first B, I can't power down the system because there's a chip missing from the battery crawl control bank. I'm willing to bet you'll find it within your secret admirer's gear. Loot what the bastard left behind, and let's take a look. Now take that chip to the battery crawl and plug it into the control bank there. The battery crawl is accessible from the hangar bay and the galley. In the hangar bay, it's the hatch on the second level directly underneath the CCU.
Are you ready to return home, Seeker? His death will be on your hands, Seeker.
The religious fanatics are really getting on my nerves. But why wouldn't it be 34?
Holy crap, you both look the same! You're like twins!
Perfect. That's the trick. I need to reset some lesser systems. So we're gonna lose lights for a few seconds.
Sounds good. Do it.
We're back up and everything is in the green. The virus is gone. I hope.
Good work. I think we can all breathe a little easier now.
Well, I'll be damned. Hey, guys. I think the virus may have tampered with our local newswire connection. There's a channel that wasn't there an hour ago, and yet it's most voted over the past 3 hours. There's some seriously strange stuff going on in London right now.
Oh, gods. Let me guess. The Churchill Tower.
You got it. And we've also got a second incoming TS packet from London.
This is not happening.
Let me patch the newswire broadcast through the whole ship. Just a sec.
If this freak thunder snowstorm wasn't enough for one day, it's hard to believe that an unknown number of armed terrorists have taken control of the Churchill Tower. First reports are sketchy but conclusive, and I assure you this is no prank. Voice and image recognition have confirmed. The leader of the hostage takers is none other than Saad bin Laden. I assure you again, this is no joke. Saad bin Laden, you'll remember, was thought to have been killed almost 15 years ago during one of the final American raids against Al-Qaeda. Your guess is as good as mine, folks, and all I can tell you right now is to stay by the newswire. The instant I know more, you will too. This is Malcolm Thomas, reporting from London, England, just outside the Churchill Tower.
Thought to have been killed. Saad was killed, shot through the heart. I know an American bloke who was
Pretty sure he was shot through the head.
You don't think...
No, Alana. I can assure you that the King will not be sending us to London. We've had enough excitement for one day.
Yeah, well, I had to be the bringer of disappointment, but...
Don't you dare say it, Wade.
I've just been given a course change from the King. We're headed for the center of London.
Seriously? Does he not know what we've been through today? Tell him to send Tiamat. Everyone knows Night 11 loves these types of missions.
No joke, Alana. 5 minutes till mission briefing.
Come on, Kay. Do something. This isn't right.
Okay, everyone. You heard Wade. Meet in the hollow room on the double. Briefing in 5.
So, everyone's just going to ignore me now? A bloody Bin Laden in London? This isn't just insane, it's some sort of practical joke. It has to be.
Alana, today is proving to be full of surprises. You should really learn to roll with the punches.
Shut up, Kieran.
6, go ahead and take a seat. We'll be getting started soon.
Hello, Seeker. Yes, I know it's you. I understand Interdimensional Games has created a video game from your trips to this world, even calling it Consortium. Are you familiar with what they call their alternate reality game?
Do you know who I am? Nobody calls me that anymore. I am the king now, though I do still prefer Henry. And I have been here, watching, keeping an eye on your progress.
Let's do this. Where's the big K?
Be patient. He's coming.
In time they will know, if you wish it. But for now it's important your crew not be distracted from their duty. And so your satellite restricts such options in conversation. A storm has only just touched down, and you all need to stay alert and at your best. There's the Seeker I remember. And for now, all I will say is that your recent IDGI-1 upgrades are curious, beyond Vidal's capacity, beyond human capacity in your time period. It learns and adapts to conversations in ways it was not programmed for. Yes, I believe so.
But there are no signs pointing to alarm. So far, it has mostly adapted quite naturally and has allowed you to better blend in with your crew.
Well, I suppose we shouldn't keep the others waiting too much longer.
The physical brains were disconnected many years ago, but yes, their personalities remain. Ever since your world taught me how to work with them, instead of letting them control me.
That is because you have not done it yet, but you will.
It is already history in this world, and so it is inevitably a part of your future. Okay, now we've really got to get to work. There's much to be done out there, and we're running out of time. I'll see you soon.
All right, everyone. The king tells me he's ready for us. Zen, display priority consortium signal, authorization code 7383 Alpha.
7383 Alpha. Accepted. Now connecting Consortium King.
Happy holidays, everyone.
So let's hear it then. Why us? Stormbird or Tiamat should be given this one. We're in no condition to be handling a mission like this.
Alana, let him talk.
Rook 25, I can only ask that you be patient, and trust me. You should also know that I have personally reviewed all of your CMC records, with nothing of note found. And I am told X03 is in effect.
I have reviewed every one, double-checked security protocols, even ran tests to ensure the stability of the CMC network. Everything is correct and in order.
Six. don't be ridiculous.
It is fine. I can appreciate his point of view, especially after being attacked by a pawn.
Now, before I get into the details of this operation, I've decided to bring in another Rook to remotely aid you.
Not only can his political knowledge be helpful, but he also has personal ties with what is occurring in London.
One moment. Some of you already know Rook 3.
James Lensworth! Sorry, Rook 3. What a wonderful surprise. I thought you'd been abducted. I haven't heard a word in months.
Hello, Taryn. Certainly been a while. Things have been pretty crazy up here lately. Disarming Strawman and Global was a real bitch of a job. I've been meaning to connect.
Are you all right? What is going on?
I'm fine. One minute I'm TO in my quarters, and the next I'm being dragged here by my assistant.
Jim, you pencil-pushing bastard. You know you still owe me a drink.
Wait, you crazy bastard. I can't believe they keep giving you the keys to that bucket.
Here, let me introduce you to our savior of the day, Bishop 6. He took down Angelov, survived an assassination attempt, and is all around a pretty great guy.
Bishop, I still don't know what in the pits is going on, but it sounds like you saved some lives. There's a lot of goddamn good people on that plane, so nice work. Hell of a first day.
Tell me about it.
Excuse me? What did you just say, you little maggot?
You see, unlike Wade's fun-loving vulgarity, Lensworth here is just a mean old bastard.
So, Jim, how's Darcy been anyway? Last I heard she was over in China, managing a plant for the Global Senate.
She's fine, thanks. I haven't seen her in a while, but she's actually been living in London for the past year or so. Doing well for herself.
Oh, bugger. I'm sorry.
What? What's going on?
How long have you been sleeping?
I don't know, 5, maybe 6 hours. Why? Somebody better tell me something.
I will explain. Please, we are running low on time. The Churchill Tower, built over the River Thames, near the financial district of London, England.
Oh, God. Did the damn thing blow up?
No, Rook 3. From what we can so far ascertain, your daughter Darcy and the other hostages have been unharmed.
Hostages? Is this some kind of bad joke? I know my birthday is coming up.
No joke. Not like last year. I will explain everything.
Now, as I was saying, the Churchill Tower is the second tallest building in the world, standing at 840 meters, and consisting of 208 floors, including those below ground.
The top 43 floors are in mid-construction, and will soon be a 5-star hotel. A partially constructed roof will thus supply several safe landing zones for our bishop to aim for.
No offense to anyone present, but I'd like to request Bishop 10 for this mission. He'd get my Darcy out of that nuke and waiting without breaking a sweat.
Bishop 6 will get her back, Rook 3. I can promise you that.
Uh-huh. If you say so.
Just breathe, Seeker. Breathe.
And if it is some elaborate trap, then you'll fight your way through it.
Either way, you can always just load your game if you happen to die, right?
What we are mostly concerned with is what lies between the hotel and the businesses below.
A currently unknown number of armed soldiers have seized this section of the building, the Churchill Tower Power Facility, specifically where Rook 3's daughter, Darcy Lensworth, is employed.
British authorities have given us control of the situation, and we've been asked to handle things as swiftly as possible.
Sir, the newswire says these so-called terrorists are led by Saad bin Laden. How is that possible?
It's obvious he's
American
immortal.
Intelligence over the death of bin Laden was incorrect.
Yeah, he's an immortal.
Someone is luring us and we're playing right into it like a bunch of amateurs. It's Bishop 2 all over again.
Unless you have something useful to add, Alana, please be quiet.
Well, You tell Bishop 6 that this trap is shaping up to swallow him whole.
What an asinine analogy. He's a bishop. He can handle any horse shit thrown his way.
Voice and image analysis have confirmed that their leader is in fact Osama bin Laden's son. Here is his statement of their demands, as passed to us by British authorities. I'll let it speak for itself.
الله أكبر والعزة لله. لقد أرسلنا نحن هنا في مهمة جهادية مقدسة لوضع حد للخيانة والخداع الذي يمارسه الغرب على شعوبنا. وقد وصلتنا بحمد الله وعونه معلومات عن نظام إيصال للسلاح الكيميائي VXY الذي يتم تطويره على منشآت مبنية فوق أراضينا نحن لقتل ملايين المسلمين. حتى على الرغم من توقيع أمريكا الشمالية على معاهدة حظر أسلحة الدمار الشامل. المجموعة التي تم القبض عليها هم مهندسو وفنيي هذا المشروع الاستعماري للاتحاد، وهم شركاء في الجريمة أيضا. اتبعوا تعليماتنا ونفذوا طلباتنا لنفرج عنهم، وإن تجاهلتم طلباتنا سوف نذيقهم غضب الله الشديد. الله أكبر.
Wow. A VXY delivery system, a holy crusade, NAU conspiracies are suffering the wrath of God? And when did people start becoming infidels again?
For all intent and purpose, bin Laden and the men fighting for him should not exist.
We also have no idea why they believe a VXY delivery system is being developed on site, and this makes them highly dangerous. Clearly, disinformation is involved.
But the threat is real.
So, if it's not a weapon, can we assume someone else let them into the tower for another reason? To lure us would be my first guess.
Maybe. These sons of bitches are just stupid and have bad information.
I'm only exploring all possibilities.
It sounds to me like you're only running your mouth and clouding the issue.
I didn't see anything.
Wait for it.
Kay, look. I'm not about to take this bureaucrat's high-handed garbage for an entire mission.
Relax, Boyle.
Alana, you need to accept the situation and let us move forward. Right now.
I'm sorry. Again. I guess I haven't exactly been looking forward to this visit with my dad. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about that anymore, do I?
Oh, you're making me cry.
Alana, don't. Just don't.
Thank you, Night 15. British police, of course, have been explaining to this bin Laden how ridiculous his claim is. To no avail.
It is time for action. Bishop, I know this is your first real mission, but I want the terrorists subdued and the hostages rescued, by the numbers. This means following your knight's instructions to the letter.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's all right, Seeker. I think you'll find yourself a natural at this. Just keep your head down and avoid getting shot in the head. Night 15. I will leave the remaining details in your capable hands.
Good luck, everyone.
And I've got some catching up to do. I'll see y'all at mission start.
All right. So, we've only got a few minutes till drop time. Brooks, I want you to start prepping by studying schematics and all the other background data that's been supplied to us. I'll be in my office doing the same.
Boss? Kirill is awake and he's asking for the bishop. Well, he's actually having a bit of a fit.
Bishop, maybe before you head over to the hangar bay, you could go and speak to him in the brig. You may as well see what you can find out. Just make sure you have enough time to gear up in the hangar bay before it's time to jump.
Almost too well. Let's not keep playing games. You have bested me, and I am at your mercy. But does your crew know of your bizarre brand of treachery? How you first helped me, only later to defeat me?
What is he talking about?
I do not believe you. Now I know you are hiding this from them. this very important piece of information that may explain how strange you've been.
It's okay, Six. Play into this fantasy of his. See what he says.
I can hear them now on that CMC of yours. What have you done, Bishop? Will you tell them, or shall I? I had a feeling you might say that. 3 times this morning I spoke with you, Bishop 6. You are who initiated Phase 1, and you also told me to blame Rook 13 if the chance arose. I assumed you were testing my resolve, and so I played along.
He had better be messing around.
Alana, stay out of this. I mean it. He's attempting to turn us against each other, hoping we'll believe anything after today.
No. My other contact is the one who told me about Bond 7 through another coded CMC transmission. One of your crew has been updating me on mission details for weeks, whereas you only started talking to me this morning. Except, you claim you did not speak to me. Touché, Bishop 6. But what about the dead? Do you even care? And let's not forget about the EMP I was given, and the massive sum of money somebody paid me, in full. If this was all merely to catch me, then I am flattered. Ha! From in here? No. And since my headquarters is now being torn to shreds, I believe you'll have to trust me. I have people who know people, and they figured out how to detect the CMC network.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I do not need to prove myself to you or your knight. This has been a lovely chat, but with your CMC on, it becomes dangerous for me. Perhaps we can meet when you are off duty. I know a great steakhouse if you're ever near Varna. Now, I believe you have a mission. Therefore,
Unbelievable. That man never ceases to amaze me. He actually thinks he is going to get out of this. Anyway, like he said, go and prep in the hangar bay.
It's all set to go. Just plug yourself in here and stock up. Once you choose, there's no going back until you return to Zendling. Oh, and make sure to grab a free-fall suit, or you're not going anywhere. So, Bishop, once you're sure you have what you want, let me know and we'll get you off this boat.
Oh, I can do that, can I? Gotcha. Okay. Not that it matters. I'm not gonna be playing it after this.
So, are you ready yet? Well, that's too bad, because it's time to go. Okay, sir. He's stocked up and ready to break heads.
We're already in a circling pattern around the Churchill Tower. Open the hangar bay door and wait for Wade's order.
Bishop, be careful and avoid getting shot. I do not wish to see you in the med bay once this is over.
We're in position, holding just above most of the turbulence from the storm. We should be able to keep it steady for your jump.
You know, I had a feeling that someone with a CMC was involved, and they did say something. The leadership was involved in my last playthrough, but I still, I don't know. There's also like 34 just standing around doing nothing.
If I can have everyone's attention for a minute, I wanted to say a few quick words before we get down to business.
Oh, it's speech time again.
Yes, Wade, it is. There's no question that we have all been put to the ultimate test today. And in my mind, we have so far succeeded brilliantly. The King is asking for our blind trust and patience with this Churchill Tower debacle. And I, for one, am ready to give it to him. Now, there is still one unresolved problem. And that is our mysterious attacker. It can be safely assumed that one of our pawns was the attempted assassin, but at this time there is no method of discovering who it was. Whoever.
Well, folks, it's almost Christmas, and all the children are eagerly awaiting the Seeker's arrival. Throughout most of the UK, there will be all officers and mission operations, followed by 20 centimeters of snow. Here at home, we're facing one hell of a storm front.
So blame it on 13.
Early this morning at the point of
So it isn't 13.
found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures, and emergency personnel on site reported finding no
Lights.
survivors aboard. 21
Much better. Not
dead.
so sorry to wake you,
Nothing
Bishop.
further.
We
including
thought
cause
you
of
should
death
know
and
about our
origin of the
little
vessel had been
escort.
released by authorities. And that's the latest from here.
You guys see that?
Huh? That one was a little close, but you have nothing to worry about.
Step over here and lay down. I'll run a full body scan, just to be sure.
Okay, now what the hell was that? 2 near hits in a row? I'm running a diagnostic.
That was not a random strike.
The Bishop's vitals are fluctuating.
Oh my gods. His suit.
6. Get to Bishop 8's cabin. When you're ready, hit the lock and Wade will open it
After
remotely.
you.
Hurry!
I'm detecting conductive elements in the Bishop's freefall suit.
Just hang in there. I'm not about to lose you after everything we've been through today.
I don't think there's much of a choice. Oh, he won't take another hit. So, are you ready yet?
So why couldn't it be Wade? Right?
Rainbows and unicorns. Bishop, I simply don't think you're right for this post.
No, it couldn't be Wade because he was in the cockpit.
You're going to fail, Bishop. And don't give it up. Let yourself fall to us and receive the eternal blessing. We will send you as much of a choice after the inevitable. We won't take another hit.
Shite! Get down!
Stay out of my chair.
The light blesses my luck, it seems.
Bishop 6, may I speak to you for a moment?
You have the bridge, number 1.
Man, I wish I could play this another session, but can't figure out who it really is. You guessed wrong. Yeah, I did. He said the king is playing games. All right. Give me one moment. I thought it was going to be a bit more goofy. But it does have me thinking about the mystery that is involved, which is probably what the intention is. Yeah, I definitely guessed wrong. Couldn't have been Wade. Couldn't have been Night 15, who's the woman that was telling me what to do. Couldn't that have been 13? Couldn't have been 25. I think that's everybody that has a CMC. Right? Okay. And they mentioned there was one assumption that, okay, so I remember the last playthrough, not this playthrough, but the last playthrough, they said that the CMC communicator can transmit to over 400 distance of the moon. It can transmit a transmission from Earth to the distance of the moon. So it would be entirely possible for someone to listen in on the communications of the CMC network. I said to myself, not sure why someone would need that type of range. That's a little crazy, but it would also explain how Angelov saw everything. Either that, Or, oh, wait. Wait. Okay. So, when I woke up, there's more than one person on board who could be a spy. When I woke up, it was 25 who woke me up. That alone, and then only 25 knew who. Only 25 knew. Everybody with CMC knew that Pawn 7 was killed. I was in a room with Wade when Pawn 7 was killed. So technically, it could be anybody in the room behind me. Technically. Because I did not see them when he was killed. Right? But it still doesn't. Still doesn't mean anything. Okay, so it couldn't be 25. It couldn't be 15. There's a scenario. Okay, so there's a scenario where 25. Wait, no, but I didn't actually go inside the room when the lightning struck, right? I didn't actually see who was in that room. I did see that it can't be night 15. It can't be night 15 in the suit. Because if it's night 15, because there was this one scenario where I was in the office with night 15 and she was complaining that I killed all those guys. She was complaining that the temperament of the crew went down because I killed all those guys. And that's when the dude came out as well. And Wade is always in. Oh, it has to be. Oh, shit. But it can't be 13 either. Who? It can't be 13 either, right? Yeah. Whoever did it teleported out the room. Alana was the one person that was close to the suit before I jumped. It's definitely more than one person. Oh well. Alright. I'm done wasting time. I hope you enjoyed that. Jesus. Just thinking about that. I need to play it over again. But maybe not next stream. Maybe I'll play it more off stream. I don't know. But it's definitely something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. And there are still like secondary objectives that like I didn't finish, like trying to figure out the bugs or the virus or the things that are wrong with the ship before it locks Wade in lower avionics, which seems to power the ships. Don't think it's Wade though, but it has to be. The only other thing I could think of, it has to be one of the pawns. It could be 34, but I doubt it. No, that was the virus. That was the virus. When I was locked in the room with it in the first playthrough, that was the virus. Right, and he was telling me something. Something to think about. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good night.